the development of Canada. So today we're just going to have a quick look at the beginnings of Canada, how it started before it was actually Canada, and then next time we'll take a look at the run-up to Confederation and how it actually happened. So in this, we're going to take a look at maps from 1667 up until around 1999, and that'll just give us a sense of how the country became the country. So first, in 1667, we have English and French people landing in what would eventually become Canada. As you can see here, the English people from England settled down here. This is largely the United States. And then people from France set up around here. For us, we have two places to take a peek at. Okay, Port Royal, which is in what would eventually become Halifax, and then most importantly, the settlement of Quebec. They first landed there in 1609, and it would eventually bloom into the province of Quebec. So this is what the eastern part of Canada looked like in 1667. In 1763, we just have kind of a divvying up of borders. Quebec becomes a larger area instead of just the one settlement here at the bottom of the St. Lawrence River, and then Nova Scotia gets the name Nova Scotia. In 1791, we have something called the Constitutional Act. You don't have to worry about that though. And Quebec, which has, as you can see, expanded into an even bigger area, is divvied up into Upper Canada and Lower Canada. Now, if you look on the map, you can see that Upper Canada is actually below Lower Canada. Don't worry too much about that though. You can see New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland there. Okay, Cape Breton Island right there. Now we move forward to 1849, and then we have the Upper and Lower Canada from the map before becomes something just called the Province of Canada. Not the country of Canada, the Province of Canada. And the rest of it, you can see the Northwest Territories. This is not part of Canada. It's just the Northwestern Territories. And then Rupert's Land, which is run by the Hudson's Bay Company. Fast forward to 1867, and this is where we're going to start in our next lesson. New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and the Province of Canada become the Dominion of Canada. So this is when Canada becomes a country officially, July 1st, 1867. The Province of Canada, which we looked at before, is broken up into Ontario and Quebec. So the first provinces are Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. That is the country of Canada. Jump to 1870, and we have the Northwest Territories becomes part of Canada. It's purchased from the Hudson's Bay Company, but we're used to the Northwest Territories being up here. And you can see that it is a considerably larger territory than it is now. Manitoba also joins up, a little bit different. It's this small rectangle down here. 1871, British Columbia joins, same shape as it is now. 1873, Prince Edward Island, right down there, joins Confederation, becomes part of the country of Canada. 1898, I'm not super worried about this map. You can just see that lots of stuff is changing. The borders are moving around. You can see there's something called the District of Alberta and the District of Saskatchewan. So obviously we've got some provinces in the making. Yukon becomes separate, and everything's just kind of rearranging a little bit. 1905, Alberta becomes a province, Saskatchewan becomes a province, Manitoba is a little bit bigger, Ontario and Quebec are a little bit bigger. Jump to 1949, and there was something called a plebiscite that went around, and Newfoundland opted to join the country of Canada. As you can see, the provinces and territories are pretty much the right size and shape now. Manitoba's the right size for sure. And finally, 1999, Nunavut becomes part of Canada, becomes the third territory, taking up a lot of that space, which was previously the Northwest Territories. And since then, nothing has changed. So that was the last time we had a big shift in any kind of borders. So next time we'll take a peek at how we kind of got to this place through Confederation. Talk to you next time.